Hello, Bethany. Thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. Also, thank you so much for being in my lives and being somebody who just shows up and is there. And I really appreciate your enthusiasm and how you are like talking to like other people. I really appreciate you. I wanted to be sure that I said that to you. So I have shuffled these cards. Now I also shuffled the things in the box, the charms in the box, but it's so loud, especially if people are wearing headsets, that I'm not going to shake it on here now. I'm not going to shake it for you. The other piece is this camera that I'm using. If it zooms in on anything, then I'll pull a clarifier from the tarot deck that'll give us more information. So sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't, but I like to kind of let you know what's happening for if I'm pulling other cards. And then at the end of or after the reading, then we'll pull a past, present, future from the cards. So let's go ahead and get started with your charm reading first. This is like really exciting. And this is funny because I know that, look at who showed up. A puppy, a dog coming in with unconditional love. And I only know about the dog coming in because, I talk to you on my lives, but I think it's cool that your puppy showed up in the reading. So, I feel that there are some things that are getting unlocked for you. You are learning a lot of things right now. You're learning how to take care of yourself. Because the thing that is close to the unlocked lock was the word I. I feel that you're doing a really good job with like becoming closer to your power because for a long time you were over here by yourself, upside down, kind of outside of your power. So like this charm, when it is in a reading, represents the person I'm reading for. So yours was, it was face down, it was almost off the board. I feel like in some ways you're feeling really disconnected. um, you're really almost in some ways having a difficult time sharing how you really feel. I feel that lately you actually have been, um, you've been feeling sad. You've been feeling a little bit of, it's not exactly depression right now, but it is heading that way, is what I feel. I also feel like, see, it's like in some ways it's like this time bomb that's coming. I feel that you need to have, we have kiss. I feel that you definitely need to have some like physical contact of like acceptance and being with other people. We also have Ganesh, Lord Ganesh, that showed up. And I feel that with this right here, I feel that this is actually representing you. I feel like in some ways, sometimes you struggle with being in that maternal role. And it's like, you ask a lot, why are they doing this? Why do these little ones think this way? And then you're like, can I do this? Can I do this? Do I have the power to do this? Like, do I have the ability to do this? So, there's a difference between like, may I go do this? May is like getting permission, and can is like, do I have the ability to? And I feel like in some times and in some instances, you actually really question yourself and you like put doubt on yourself of what kind of things you can do and if you are going to be able to do them to the best of your ability. And I feel that you've actually had some experiences in the past where people who were around you were really like judgmental. They were like, they expected almost like a perfection, and no one can live up to that standard. It is impossible as humans, because what that means is that perfect standard is the standard of the other person. The spider wanted to give you messages too. All right. Actually, it was perfect timing because I feel like we've gone through all of those, but I'm going to pull more because we have 20 minutes. I'm going to pull you a ton of them. So the message that was coming from the spider was the reverse 5 of Cups. So the reverse 5 of Cups energy is about some hope returning. I feel that when you start telling people around you how you feel, what you need, What's going on with you? You're going to start seeing, because if you look, the Five of Cups, when it's upright, three of the cups are knocked over and two of them are standing upright. Oh, look, they want you to know more about what the three cups are that are fallen over. What are you kind of feeling some loss about? Oh, 15 cards turned over. You know what? Instead of pulling a card, I know I said card, but I really feel like what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some more charms about what you're feeling lost with, okay? Let's do that. You know how much I like to follow my guides. So we're going to put all that back in there. I'm just going to like do it like this, only because it's so loud when I try to do it with the box, and I don't want to hurt people's ears. All right. What does Bethany need to know about the things that they are feeling lost in? So, as you know, when things stick to my fingers, this is the number 3. It might be a little hard to see. Yeah, wow, look at that. You got a lot going on. This is a lot more charms, huh? I'm going to lift it up to the camera because I feel like you might not be able to see everything. But I'm going to pull us a clarifier. Oh, someone made a lot of noise. Okay. I'm going to lift this up to the camera, just so you can kind of see how they fell on each other. Let's start getting like a second camera angle or something so people can see it without me picking it up. All right, so in March, things really started swirling for you, and you've actually experienced like a spiritual awakening. I feel that you are really working on how you feel. Like you haven't always put your emotions in the experience. Like you haven't been paying attention to the fact that you're sad. Like you kind of know you are, but you're almost kind of like, well, everybody's having a hard time right now, or well, it kind of makes sense that I'm feeling this way because blah, blah, blah. You know, you're actually kind of, you're not, it's like you're not making excuses for yourself. What you're doing is you're actually giving yourself a hard time for being a human. You need to give yourself a break. Like, lighten up for you. So right here we have, this is the barrel. Like somebody has you over a barrel and it's you. You're really giving yourself a hard time. So like this is the charm for a little one. This is the charm for a little one. So sometimes you kind of feel like you are in this experience where you're trying to find your identity. You're trying to find your identity as an adult parent figure, but I also feel that you're trying to find your identity as to like who you are now that things have kind of shifted and things are really locked into place with these little ones. Also, this is the 10 of Wands that talks about all of the responsibility being on you. That was all kind of like together here. Yeah, there's like multiple things that you need to do. There are like, S is a letter that makes things plural. So I feel like you have so many responsibilities. But there's some things that I see that are kind of on the outside of this situation. I feel that the person who you want to kiss, the person who you want to have this experience with, you're not able to. There's something that's keeping you apart, whether it be distance or time. And you also need to find some balance with your sacral chakra. That's going to help you because it's going to help you get that energy that you're looking for. So you're really going to want to do some guided meditation for balancing your sacral chakra. So I feel that in the past, some of the connections that you have had, they have not treated you very well. Because we have the word always, and we have the trash can, and then we have the charm for your throat chakra, and it was laying down, so it's not really open at this point. So along your life journey, There have been people who have really treated you like trash. They have said things to you that were unkind. They have treated you in an unkind way. And in some of those cases, you have not healed that yet. So basically, like, imagine your finger gets cut off, right? And this part right here that's still visible, when it get bumped, it's really gonna hurt. And then even when it heals, sometimes you can have phantom pains from the nerve endings. So you really need to look at these past relationships that you've had and say to yourself, how many of these things are coming from the past and how many of these things are current? And then the other thing that you're asking a lot of is, when will I be happy? When will I be happy? So we have when going both directions. When is happiness coming for you? Because I do feel that you're dealing a little bit with depression, to the point where I feel that it would be beneficial for you to speak with someone who is either a counselor or even a doctor who can help you with balancing some of the hormones that I feel may be out of balance for you. So talk to your doctor about that, because that is something that I can see, because we have the and I'm not licensed, so I'm just giving you the idea of talk to the person. I'm not giving you any kind of direction as to what to do. But if you went into the doctor and said, I feel like I should talk to you about my hormones, they would have a licensed conversation with you. This is the charm that's coming up for the balanced divine masculine. So divine masculine is about logic. And I feel that sometimes you're frustrated with yourself because you're upset and you're having a hard time. And you're like, this isn't logical. Why do I feel this way? I'm frustrated with myself. So you definitely need to be gentle with yourself. You are an amazing person. And we have here the two that say, I am. And I know that you've been on my lives when we've done meditation, and how good it feels when we get to that part where it says, now just say, I am, with no labels. Because I feel like what you're doing right now is you're kind of saying, I am a mother, I am a daughter. And there's like a list of things that you have to do in your head in order to be perfect at that role. So, like, whatever you fill in here, you're like, I am an employee who has to stay late, who has to be the person who does everything right. Like, you're really, really hard on yourself. But one of the big cool things is that we do have there is love in your life right now, actively in your life. And it says that a sister is someone to dream, cry, sing, and laugh with. So I don't feel that, excuse me, a little frog in my throat. I don't feel that this is actually talking about a physical sister for you. I feel that you have someone that you're so close to, it's like a sister. And that person, they cheerlead you on a lot. And sometimes you don't really realize how much they're actually helping you because you have been feeling so sad lately. So then the other clarity card that came up was the Eight of Wands, which is awesome because the Eight of Wands is about things changing quickly. When you find that you are able to stop being hard on yourself, and you find that you accept yourself exactly where you are, accept the fact that you're sad, accept the fact that things are really hard right now. I do feel like the puppy coming in is going to definitely help you with some of the unconditional love that you need to give yourself. Start right out from the beginning, looking at that in situation and saying, I am loved. And then you start going to the little ones and you're like, I am loved. Like, you need to start looking for the existence of the love that's in there. And I feel that this experience right here with this person who was like really mean to you, like in an abusive way, I feel. Usually when this charm comes out, there's like some, excuse me, my throat chakra. This is hard for me because I know it hurt you a lot. It's hard for me to talk about the fact that someone would treat you like that. It's hard for me to talk about the fact that you didn't feel that you had a voice. You couldn't say what you really felt to that person. It would set them off. It was literally dangerous for you to speak your mind. And that's depressing. And in some ways, I feel that you need to look at it and say, I need to forgive myself because I made the choice that I thought was the best choice at the time. See, sometimes we can get upset with ourselves, with our past selves, because it went bad and we have future information. But at the time, you were making the best choice in the moment. You weighed out the way things looked and you made the choice that seemed the best at the time. And the reason that you're kind of feeling this disconnect or this sadness is because you need to forgive you. Because right now, I feel that you're really upset with you. And what it's doing for you, not healing this right here, is keeping you away from the intimate connection that you want to be in. It will go even deeper once this is healed. All right, so what I'm going to do now is pull the 3 cards for the past, present, future reading. So we're going to talk about if they were to adjust and heal their throat chakra. We're going to talk about that. Like, I'm actually kind of almost communicating with your spirit guides now. So what I feel we're going to do is we're going to do a past, present, and future of your relationships. These are romantic relationships. So we're going to do, what did romantic relationships look like in the past? What do romantic relationships look like for you in the present? And then what will romantic relationships look like for you in the future? So in the past, romantic relationships were looking like the reversed Nine of Cups. So the reversed Nine of Cups energy is about being dissatisfied, not being happy in the situation. I really feel that one of the reasons that you were experiencing that disconnect and not being satisfied is because the person was not satisfactory. They did not meet the needs that you had. They did not meet the desires that you had. So then presently, when it comes to love, you're in the 8 of Swords energy. Now, this is exactly what the charms were saying. So the 8 of Swords, this person is basically like, this whole thing does not go all the way around this person. This person could walk straight away and not even be in this jail. But they are blinded. They are like immobile. You feel stuck, which goes back to the other charm where the little lock was locked. So presently you are feeling that this idea. So we're gonna kind of right in the middle. What else does? Let's see. Okay. So these 2 things were happening because you were supposed to be healing and getting the energy of the Queen of Swords, which is truth telling. See, in the past, in the charm reading, when it was talking about your throat chakra being blocked, it's because you didn't tell the truth in those past relationships and said, I don't want you to treat me like this. You're not allowed to treat me like this. That is unacceptable for you to call me those names. You are not allowed to take this and say those things to me. Like, you didn't stand up for yourself. And currently, you're afraid that you can't stand up for yourself. But what's happening is you're living in this past experience and you haven't healed it to get into this energy, because anybody who is in your life that is worthy and deserving of the love that you have to spend will want you to tell them the truth. I just felt that energy in your heart shift. That was beautiful. You did a really good job. I'm really excited for you being open-hearted like that. People who are not there to hurt you want to know the truth. And when you don't tell them the truth, the reason you're not is because you're thinking that you're pleasing them, which actually puts you in mental jail. The freedom that you are looking for to speak your mind, to speak your heart, will not come from anyone else but you, because only you are putting you in jail. So in the future of your connections, oh, that's beautiful. It's the Nine of Pentacles. So I was always like to see the Nine of Pentacles energy, my friend, is about being self-sufficient. It's about making yourself happy. It's about not worrying about what other people think, but saying, I like telling the truth. I like saying how I really feel. I like saying that I think that movie's stupid, or I don't like that dinner, or I don't want to move here, or I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you on a soul level, all humans on the soul level desire to be able to speak their truth. But this right here should be your mantra, should be your goal, should be your desire. Get into that Queen of Swords energy. In some ways, I feel that lately people are starting to be like scared to be Karens, or like scared to speak up and stand up for themselves. But you are worthy and deserving of great things, and you need to speak up and get those things. Be an advocate for yourself, the same way that you would be an advocate for your children. If you're going to want the best for them, then you have to show them what the best looks like. And the best looks like being able to say how you really feel. All right. Thank you so much for trusting me to read for you, and I look forward to reading for you again.